This video is going to demonstrate how to set up Atom for use in your demos and assignments for Web Design 2. Before we get started, you want to make sure that you have your web2 folder made on your computer. Inside of that web2 folder, you want to make sure that you have the assignments folder and the demos folder. If you've not done that, please pause the video now and go in and make those folders. Okay, whenever you're working in Atom, okay, so this is what Atom looks like whenever you first open it up. It does have some tabs open, and one thing that you might notice is that we're missing a lot of the panels. Atom is a very lightweight program, which is why a lot of developers like it. Dreamweaver is kind of heavy hitting. It takes up some space on your computer, whereas Atom is going to be very lightweight, like I mentioned, and not take up as much space. So it's not going to have all these unnecessary panels like Dreamweaver has. So whenever you first open it up, there are a few things that we are going to look at though. So you can open a project, you can do something called install a package, you can choose a theme. So if you don't like the coloring of the interface or the code coloring that it's going to do, you can always go in and find a theme and kind of change that up. Now I do want to look for a couple of packages that I feel is helpful for this. So what I'm going to do is choose to install a package. Now, if you do not see install a package right here, you can go up to the menu bar and choose Atom, Preferences, and then under Preferences, you can go down to Packages. Okay, so the packages that I recommend students to install are Color Picker and Pigments. Color Picker is going to allow you to choose your hexadecimal color that you want to use. Dreamweaver kind of had it by default, but if you want to include it, then you install packages. So one of the reasons why Atom can stay so lightweight is that it doesn't put all that unnecessary content in there. So there are some people like, you know what, I don't need the program to tell me what hexadecimal code. My designer told me what hexadecimal code, or I already know because I did the design and I can just go back to Photoshop or Illustrator and I can look at the hexadecimal code. So some people might not need that. So I'm actually going to uninstall the color picker just so you can see me do it, and I'm also going to uninstall Pigments just to show you how easy it is to install and uninstall these. So let's actually just go down to install and type in color hyphen picker. Alright, and then there's a lot of them in here. The one that I was using was the one by Thomas Lindstrom. If you want to look at some of these other ones, that's perfectly fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit install. And now it's installed. No problem. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to do is look up something called Pigments. So Pigments is kind of nice. It actually changes your hexadecimal code to the color that you wanted it to be. So I am going to choose, I believe it's this first one. Just want to look real quick. Yeah. You want to hit install for this one. There we go. So under packages, I should see them both here. Okay, so that's the only time you'll have to do that. This is already done for you. So I want to close these. So it looks like you kind of don't have anything here, right? Like it's kind of weird. So if you wanted to open up some code or some demo or some assignment in Atom, I'm going to show you two ways that you can do that. You can go up to your menu bar and you can do File, and then you could just do Open, but I like to do Add Project Folder, and you can just go into your folders that way and find it. But let me show you a much easier way to go about this. And I'm going to pull up my Web1 folder, and I want to go into Web 1 and look at the demos. Okay, so here's the demo from Advanced CSS. So if you want to work on a certain project, all you have to do is take that root folder and just drag it into Atom, just like this, and let go. And then don't worry about this that comes up. And then bam, it's there. You click on your index, you want your CSS up, click on it. If you want both of them open at the same time, you can double click on index, double click on CSS, so they're both open, right? And then you can click and drag them around, and now you can see them both at the same time. Okay, you can hide this, so that way you're just seeing like pure code. And one thing, it does not do the wrap that we're used to, so you can go up to view and then choose toggle soft wrap. And then that will wrap all your code around for you. All right, so if you see how my hexadecimal is showing up in the actual color that it is, that's the pigment package that we installed. All right, so I think that's kind of neat. If you don't like it, you can always get rid of it. You can uninstall. You saw how I did at the beginning of the video. If not, just go back and you'll be able to look at it. But yeah, it's just as simple as that. So you come in, you make some changes. You'll see it has a blue dot up there. That blue dot means that it's not saved. So you just hit Command S and it would save. And honestly, anytime you use new software, it takes a few times before you really start to get the hang of it. But this one just feels cleaner and lightweight because there isn't as much to it. Code is code. HTML, CSS, no matter what you write it with, you're still writing a language. So as long as you're writing the code correctly, it doesn't matter what program you use to write it with. And if you decide to, go back and forth between Dreamweaver and Atom, that's fine too. Just don't move your folders around. As long as you keep your folders in the same spot, you'll be fine. And that's pretty much it. So not too crazy, not too hard. If you're using Atom, just a little bit different because it's the first time you're using it. But that's pretty much it.